Good day, guys. So today I'll be taking us on GST203, Introduction to Logic and Philosophy. So when we talk about philosophy is the way of life of people. Philosophy is the way human beings think, human beings reason. Philosophy is also called the love of wisdom. Philosophy is a Greek word, philos and sophia. Philos meaning love, sophia which means wisdom. Hence, philosophy is the love of wisdom. Let us now look at the methods of philosophy. We have the Socratic method, the synthetic method, pragmatic method, and skepticism method. Branches of philosophy. We have logic. When we talk about logic, this is the art of separating good reasoning from bad reasoning. Logic is also a Greek word called logos, which means good reasoning separated from bad reasoning. Now let's look at epistemology. Epistemology is a branch of philosophy derived from a Greek word called episteme, which means knowledge, and logos, which means science. Philosophy, or epistemology rather, is the science of knowledge. Metaphysics. Metaphysics has to do with the study of being, the study of supernatural. Ethics, also another Greek word called ethos, which means custom. Ethics talks about morality, morals, culture, values, norms. Now we'll be looking at the sources of knowledge and criteria for knowing. Difference between knowledge, opinion, and belief. When you talk about knowledge, knowledge deals with wisdom. Knowledge deals with knowing things. Sources of knowledge, we have reason, we have sense experience, authority, and intuition. These are all sources of knowledge. Then when we talk about opinion, opinion talks about your ideas, what you think about a particular phenomenon or concept. Model 2, history and development of philosophy. History and development of philosophy. Now we have the ancient age of philosophy, which includes the pre-Socratic age, Thales, Anaximander, and so on and so forth. These are all people who actually gave their own ideas of philosophy. They are known as the old age philosophers, such as Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, and Thales of Miletus. Model 3, logic. Let us not forget that I'm actually giving us places that we are likely to see in our exam. Sometimes most students read voluminous handouts and they find it difficult knowing the exact place to read. Hence, I'm actually helping you guys to break it down and teach you where you ought to be seeing and ought to be reading in preparation for your exam. Logic. Don't forget, I told us earlier that logic is a Greek word called logos, which means the love of wisdom and knowledge. We have two types of logic. We have inductive logic and deductive logic. Inductive logic is the opposite of deductive logic. It is a logical process where a reliable generalization from observation is derived. Deductive logic, on the other hand, is deriving knowledge from particular to general. Next, we'll be looking at logic vocabulary. Logic vocabulary. Statement and preposition. Statements and proposition. There is no difference between a statement and proposition in logic. The two are synonymous and they are actually related. When we talk about premise, premise is also one of the basic concepts of logic. It is known as evidence or reason. Premise is called evidence or reason. We also have premise indicators. These are words or expressions that indicate the premise within an argument or statement. Logic vocabulary 2. What is argument? An argument is a group of preposition or proposition that can be structured into two parts, which are reason and conclusion. We have two types of arguments. We have valid arguments and invalid arguments. A valid argument is one where the sentences are actually valid and truthful, while invalid arguments are one where the sentences are actually not true and truthful.